All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very last episode of Throwlicious Live in Season 1. My name is Andreas Nie, and I'm reporting and coming to you live from the Spin Central studio here in Düsseldorf, Germany. And I hope everything works all right. If I double check on the website and everything, then it looks like everything is working. My interview guest is already there as well, virtually, via Skype. He's standing by. It's Ray Smith from Monkeyfinger Design, so that's going to be an awesome interview because I'm looking, pretty much all season already looking forward to that interview. It's going to be really cool. What else? I've got some unboxings here with you, and I will also look at different ways of how to display yo-yos and make them look real good. But starting off, as always, the news. And for that, I scooch over. Oh, by the way, if you wonder why I'm so dressed up like this, it's of course because this is a very special occasion, the last episode, the season finale of Throwlicious Live, so I thought, dress up a little bit. All for you. All right, so let's kick off, and I have here the results of the Jenny project. If you remember in last episode, unceremoniously, oops, there was a sticker. All right, if you remember from the last episode, I was going to auction off the Jenny project Yellets, and I did so, and last Friday, like yesterday I think, the bid was actually done, or the auction was or had ended. You can see it here. I actually have it here on the website as well. I can go to that in a second, then you can see it there again. You should be seeing it soon. There it is. All right. Oh, hang on. I will do it like this, and then I will have to do it like this, and then I will do it like this, and everything works fine. All right. So you see here, it went for 80 euros, which is approximately $99.73, and that's really fantastic. So what did I write down? It's a little bit under $100, but 41 bids in total, with 6 people battling it out to see who actually takes this yo-yo home. And I can show you the little thing again here as a really cool close-up. Close-up cam time. Oh, the colors might not come out as fantastic as they are in actuality, and there's a little thank you note here there as well that came with the project, and stickers and everything. So that goes out to a lucky person in the UK. I don't want to reveal the identity of the person, but I can say as much that it goes out to the United Kingdom. So today is Saturday, and on Monday this will be shipped off to the cool person who actually did the bidding here. So thank you very much. But of course, what was very important as well was the donation itself. And of course I said, not only am I gonna donate 100% of the money that was raised during the auction, but match that bid as well, up to 100 euros. And since this went for 80 euros or roughly 99 or roughly $100, I thought, well, I should actually round it up to 100, and so that's what I did. And I posted or donated 200 euros, 200 US dollars to Jenny. You can go to her website, the GoFundMe page of Jenny. Yeah, there you can see here, down here, 4 hours ago, Throwlicious Live Spin Central did the donation of $200. So you know that everything is legit. There was no fraud going on here. The money that was actually spent on this beautiful one of 8 yo-yos. I was gonna say one of a kind, but it's actually 8 in existence right now. So, but this beautiful yo-yo, all the money that was spent on that is actually going 100% to Jenny, and I am sure she's delighted. So thanks to everybody who joined in raising all that money, and especially to the final bidder who won for approximately $100. All right, that was a fun project. I should do that again. Next up, next item is again involving somebody from the UK, except this time it's Richie from Yoyo Z. If you remember last episode, I had a mystery unboxing from Yoyo Z, and it was quite fun. Unfortunately, a few days after the 5th episode, Richie from Yoyo Z actually announced that he's closing shop. So by the 21st of December, he will no longer be trading yo-yos through his website, and he's moving on to a different project. There will, however, be another UK-based yo-yo store opening around New Year, or next year, and that new store is also taking over charge of the Yoyo Z forum. So people that are on that forum do not have to move on. They can stay there, and also, well, somebody else in UK is still offering yo-yos, which is really good. And I was really afraid that another store in Europe dies down. Richie always had some cool yo-yos, and it was a good way of getting them here for us Europeans. For those in the US and Japan, for example, you probably cannot really relate to that if because you have Yoyo Export or Yoyo Rewind, for example. So it is kind of sad that Yoyo Z is closing shop, but that is just the way things go. And I can show you the page right now, because if you go, I always go through the new arrivals to the shop, so that's my thing. But down here you see a specials link. And if you click on that, you get all the reduced yo-yos that he has in store right now, and he's constantly updating that inventory list. For example, the code 1 that you see here wasn't here a couple of days ago, and neither were those timber yo-yos. But if you want to get yo-yos here, you need to be quick. For example, I saw an Arctic Circle 2 being offered for a reduced price, and that went fast. And also he reduced the benchmark series, the 2013 yo-yos, for example. They went fast, and I probably missed a couple of others that I didn't even got to see on the special page. So keep a close look out on the Yoyo Z special page, and help Richie make a few last pounds, and also, you know, show him some gratitude and say thanks and everything, because it was really awesome what he did for the European and the worldwide yo-yo scene. On to manufacturers news, or covering one of the manufacturers, and that is G Squared. Jake is updating his G Squared posts now again on YouTube. There have been 2 posts now. He tries to do them weekly, and he's covering all stuff related to G Squared yo-yos. For example, in one of the episodes, he talks about this special wooden box that he has now, or that he uses now, and how that came to be and why it is indeed so special. And he talks about different new colors, and has special deal announcements, stuff like that. And I'm sure, you know, once 2015 comes along, he will certainly address and announce new models, as G Squared has had the habit of releasing 2 new models per year. So 2015 is just around the corner. Let's see what happens there. Speaking of which, and speaking of new models, just a quick one, quick heads up from General Yo. A new model is in plan. It was announced on Yo-Yo Expert on the manufacturers forum that there are indeed sitting at the CAT software right now and designing a new model. So keep a close lookout on the Facebook page and Yo-Yo Expert part of General Yo to see what the new model will look like. And before I go to the last news item, here's a quick sorry note, kind of. I had an interview with Ed Haponic a couple of days ago. Well, actually, it's now around 2 weeks ago. That is due to be released on my Spin Central YouTube channel, and the rough cut is already done and just need to do some fine-tuning. And I'm really sorry, especially to Ed, who really took a lot of time to talk to me, and that it hasn't been released yet, but it's gonna be there in a couple of days. So give it a few, well, probably by the time you watch it, it's there already. So check out the Spin Central YouTube channel for the Ed Haponic Yo-Yo Talk, featuring his 2-month-old son, Silas. How about that? So it's a video or an interview also for the ladies. All right. And that gets me to Monkeyfinger Design, because they've just announced their new model, the Caesar. It's a new yo-yo, which they've been teasing on for a couple of days, 1 or 2 weeks now, on Facebook and on Yo-Yo Expert Forum, and I think like 2 days ago or something, they actually released specs and some images, and the release will be on the 15th of December. So that's it's going to be interesting, because as always, the Monkeyfinger Design yo-yo models are not your usual run-of-the-mill designs. They always come up with a different twist, and same with the Caesar. So check out your favorite stores, and also the Monkeyfinger Design store, because they will have exclusive colors there to sell. Now, what colors exactly and what the story is behind the Caesar, I will find out in a second, because I will be talking to Ray from Monkeyfinger Design, and he is now, at least we should be able to hear him. If you say something.
Can you catch me?
Yeah?
Yeah, can you catch me?
Yep. Let me see if
Hey,
we can have
awesome.
some.
Thanks very much for having me on.
All right, now the people can also see you. How about that?
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It absolutely is a good thing, I would say.
Right on.
So, I see you are in your shop, right?
Yeah, I sure am.
Okay, cool. Great. Let's head right straight into the Caesar. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so the Caesar was kind of the idea came from Chris Allen, from formerly from Yoyo Skills. So what happened was is Chris was we were lucky enough to have Chris on board for the release of the Gelada 2, and he made some absolutely brilliant videos for the release of that guy. And so he approached me after that one and asked if he could design a yo-yo that was much more geared towards the competition side of things.
Okay.
So, and that's kind of where it was born. So he sent me off a sketch, and we went back and forth. We refined the design a bunch of times, and then came up with what we got.
Okay. I will now switch over to some of the images so the viewers can actually see the yo-yo now. It when I first saw it, I have to say that it kind of reminded me of the Lizula because of the way the inner side is designed.
Yeah.
Did you get is it something that borrows designs from Lizula, or is it just from the images?
Yeah, no, it actually kind of goes all the way back to the Evil Yo, which was our first yo-yo that we ever produced. So that that real dished inner cup, that play area there kind of came from there. And then the Lasula was kind of designed as a learning yo-yo. So you just, with that one, it's impossible to miss the string with that thing. It's just, it
Yeah.
catches everything. And then, when Chris came up with this one, we took a little bit from that Lasula and the Evil Yo legacy kind of thing and put it all together.
Okay. Cool. The It's kind of hard to see on the image, but on one of the images, it kind of it's not a spiked cup, is it? No, there's like a hub or something.
There's kind of a really shallow spike in the
Yeah.
cup side.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Spec wise, it is
Yeah.
58 millimeters in diameter, which is kind of big, isn't it? Or bigger than.
It's definitely a full size.
Okay.
And there's a couple of reasons behind that. And if you get just, a couple of millimeters bigger on that diameter, it absolutely is a much better spin times.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And
So that's kind of what we were shooting for that guy, being a competition throw.
okay. And it has 69 grams, which is
Yeah.
not very light either. But
No.
so, coming from your experience, and I know you're a little bit biased on it here, how does it play? I mean, is that really the competition yo-yo that you were aiming for, and did you achieve your goals with that?
For me, it really is. So, the idea is that you can throw this thing, you can nail all the string hits, everything that you want to do with it. It's really nimble in and out. You can feel it when it hits the bottom of that string, and then it's not a lot of floatiness to it, so you can really push it around exactly where you want it to be.
Okay, cool. Sounds awesome. Regarding the colors, I read on Yo-Yo News that one of them is exclusive to your store, right? The Galactic Blood, is it?
That's the one, yeah.
All right. Okay. So if I'm aiming for that one, then I have to check monkeyfinger.ca, isn't it?
That's the one. Yep, you got to
Alright.
come to our store for it. And that colorway in particular is designed by Chris. So
Okay.
he's designed the yo-yo, and that colorway is kind of his colorway. So if you want that one, you got to come to us to get it.
Okay. And then you have the Laurel Crown colorway and Gladiator's Conquest
Yep.
and Iwazaru? No, how do you pronounce that?
Yeah.
I was.
Iwazaru?
Pardon?
Iwazaru.
Iwazaru. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So that one's actually the second colorway Monkeyfinger ever made.
oh,
We
really?
haven't produced that colorway again for 4 years. So
Wow.
we pulled that one right out of the archives. That was the second color that we put out on the, or the third color, sorry, that we put out on the Evil Yo.
Okay. Awesome. And then there's a silverback tiger colorway.
Yep.
I have to say, it's with your colors, it's always difficult to choose. It's really difficult because they're just so awesome.
Do you know what? That's a really great compliment. Thank you. That was, you know what? We work hard. We work hard on these guys, and we do our best to try to separate ourselves from the competition, kind of thing. And that's one of the things that we spend a lot of time on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's actually you can actually see that you do an awesome job. Now I have here some previous models. If we leave, one thing or two things. No, one thing, because the release date is known already. So 15th of December.
Yep.
But what about pricing? Have you said anything about that already?
Yeah. So the pricing is going to be 102 USD.
All right. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So we try to squeeze it as close to the $100 mark as we possibly can, kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, I remember that. I think I got at least one or two return tops. We're in Canada now, right?
That's right. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, return tops from Yoyo
Yeah.
Z. So hopefully the next UK store will also carry your return tops. By the way, just like on a side note, did you hear anything about that?
Do you know what? This was the first I heard. I know Richie got a hold of me, which is, you know what? I wish him all the best of luck and stuff. But
Right.
you know, I gotta say, Richie was on board with us from the get-go. He's carried every single model and every single product we've ever dreamt up. So I couldn't thank him more. And it's a really sorry to see him to kind of go.
It is, and in fact, I've got the top 3 here with me.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got that from him. So
Nice.
that was really good. That was really awesome. And in here, in this top 3, and I will come back to that in a minute. But I have here a Lezula. So I have it now here on a close-up cam, so that people can see it's really a different Yoyo from the design and everything. And then I've got the old Gelato, which was actually my first Monkeyfinger Design, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the first original one at least. And then the Apex, right?
Yeah.
And that one
Very
is
cool.
the Dragon Slayer version. And
Okay.
and of course, that is the exclusive colorway for Yoyo Expert. And I have to have a close-up
That's right.
cam here, like a super close-up thing, because that is a beautiful colorway. I'm showing it now.
That's pretty cool.
There's this dragon here. Hopefully people can see it. That is incorporated into this color. When I saw that on Yoyo Expert, I thought that is the definition of the Dragon Slayer Yoyo. I mean, that is what that colorway needs to look like. It's really awesome, and there was no way I couldn't just have it not in my collection.
That's really cool. Thank you very much. You know what, with that one, we worked on it. It just kind of happened. We didn't really plan it out. Like, we had the graphics all ready to go, and we had a couple of ideas in our head. But then when it all came together, we were really happy with that guy. But we kind of do the Dragon Slayers a little bit different for each run. So the first Dragon Slayer isn't necessarily the same as the Dragon Slayers you would have found on other models either.
Right. I think I remember that, or thinking that when I saw I don't know what it was. But yeah, I remember that I was thinking just the same thing, that it was definitely a Monkeyfinger Dragon Slayer, but it wasn't exactly the same as the one I already had. So that's also really cool.
Yeah.
But I think that is the Rotten Apple Gelada that I have here. And I can show this here. And then this is Lemongrass, I think, or what was
Lemon
it called?
Merangled.
Yeah, right. Lemon Merangled.
That's the one, yeah.
Lazula, yeah. It is really... That was... to be. Are you satisfied with the Lazula? And the reception it got?
I'm going to... Do you know what? Do you know what? They sold like crazy.
They did?
But to do it all over again, I would definitely do some minor changes. The overall with it was fine. But yeah, there's a couple of small things that I would change with it. Who knows? Maybe next year we'll do a Lasula too. I'm not sure.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, when I saw that, or when people actually got to try it, I had the feeling that some of them were kind of irritated at the shape, but a lot of people were intrigued. So I can definitely understand why they sold so easily. Beautiful yo-yos, so really cool.
Cool. Thank you very much, man.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for producing that. Before I go to the a special unboxing that I've planned here, I want to show you and the audience my very first Monkeyfinger Design yo-yo, which is actually not directly from Monkeyfinger Design.
Oh yeah, G-squared.
Right, the Nessie. That was the Nessie that you did with G-squared. I was like 10 produced or something. And
yes, yeah, I think we did 10 in total. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give a little close up again here. So that's a really cool colorway as well, like this bicolor and then splash or something. And then
yeah. So Jacob's really cool to work with because he's got a heck of an imagination over there. So he comes up with these crazy ideas and designs, and then we kind of bang some ideas back and forth until we settle on a project, and then we do it up for him.
Right. So that really shows. And what they also did is sell a T-shirt or include a T-shirt with that. Yeah. So there was a whole package, and it was a really neat idea. And they did a little teaser videos before it was released and everything, doing a little build up and all. So, but now you've done some more frequent projects with Jake and G-squareds lately, and one of them is actually something that I will also unbox later, which was the Aftershock, I think. The Groovy Gobstopper or something like that?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
That kind of looked weird, but can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that anodizing, of all the stuff that we've done for Jacob, was so difficult and intricate. It absolutely took me forever to do. We were in the shop for probably almost 12 hours getting those guys done by the time we had them sealed up and cleaned up. It was a long, long day for those 10.
All right, so cool. Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna unbox that a little later, so that's gonna be really interesting. But you not only work with G-squared, but I've got two other companies here. That is the Victory, I believe, from Eternal Throw.
Yeah.
I have that here as well. And then, I don't know if you remember this one.
Oh, that's the very first collab we did. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yoyo. Yeah, that's the very first one we did.
Exactly. That is.
Those guys were awesome to deal with. I would do another one with those guys in a second.
All right, cool. Good to hear. Yeah, that's from the German company I Love Yoyo.
Yeah.
And actually, I got this. Again, I got that from. Did I get it from Frank personally? I don't know. I got so many yo-yos from him. I can't even remember where I got that, or was that Dominic? But like one of the guys, I think it was through the I Love Yo-Yo forum. That I know for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that I have it. It's kind of difficult to see, and I don't know if I can show it with a super close-up cam. I will try it, but there's one thing that you did there, which is they say it's ghosting. Is it?
Yeah, we ghosted a monkey on top of the little heart, I believe, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
How does that work? How do you do that? Or is that like company secret?
So no, it's not a big secret. So what we got to do is we put the initial image into the blast. So that image of the monkey there is put into when we blast the actual yo-yo.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So then when you get all the color and everything else on there, it's very, very subtle. You got to have it just at the right angle, and then the change in the blast, you will see whatever image you kind of want in there. It's kind of a really subtle effect, but very cool.
Yeah. And you've done it with a couple of models. I mean, the G squared one I think has the G squared logo ghosted. Yeah, in the inside cup as well, and you've done that with a couple of yo-yos as well. Now, before I go to the Tiki project that I have here, can you tell us? I don't know what anodizing really is, to be honest. How do you do that? What is that actually? What goes into that?
Okay, so in a nutshell, you're gonna have to get your parts and you give them a super clean. They're like surgical clean before you put them into an acid bath. Okay, and then you put DC volts through them, and it builds a 1 mil thickness coating on the outside of the aluminum with little tiny pores. Okay, so they build little tiny tubes on there up to 1 mil thick. So then when you go into your different colors, it's that little tiny thickness of the coating that grabs the colors. And then you'll go into a color, then you'll mask it off, you'll go into another color, mask it off, and that's kind of how we produce all our stuff.
Wow. That I've tried to imagine that, but it sounds like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's about, so for a run of let's just say 100 yo-yos, when we produce about 100 yo-yos,
right.
So just the anodizing process takes about 70 man hours to get it into a box.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah. But if I would want solids, then it's probably quicker, isn't it?
Way quicker. Yeah. So it just comes out of the. Give it a rinse, right into a solid color, and you're done.
Ah, okay.
No masking, no fancy stuff, no nothing.
All right, okay. So that explains why splashed and more elaborate colors are actually more expensive than your normal solid colors.
That's right. So like on our website, you can order up a custom yo-yo, and it goes everywhere from, the very bottom price all the way till, sky's the limit, every possible thing you can think of on there, and we'll try to squeeze it onto that little tiny yo-yo.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that because I remember that you can actually, and that is really weird. I mean, weird, awesome, cool. I don't know. It's kind of hard to actually put in words, because you can actually go to your website and say, hey, I have this awesome, cool, crazy idea of a color, and it's this, and go do it. And then you try to do it for small fee.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So sky's the limit. Whatever you want to do, you can make yourself a one-of-a-kind whatever, and we'll do our best to get it done.
Right. The website is monkeyfinger.ca or Monkeyfinger Design CA?
Yep. No, monkeyfinger.ca.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. Maybe I will, go to the Tiki one now, because that is once again pushing the limits on yo-yos. That is it's not a 40. It was
Apex.
Then Apex, right? And what you did here is you actually built kind of a stand or something. But how about this? You tell the audience a little bit about the project while I unbox this thing.
Sure. Okay, so this whole project started actually from a friend of mine who's an artist. He's over at Salty Sea Dog website, and he does all kinds of pottery stuff, right? So one of the things he does is these really cool tikis, and he's building tiki mugs and all kinds of stuff. And I'm thinking, I have a conversation with him, and I'm like, well, you think you could build like a cool little stand for a yo-yo? And he's like, yeah, let me take a look. So we come up with an idea and a design, and it was pretty cool because he made 10 of them, and they're all completely different. So they're all one of a kind.
Okay.
So then the hard part was then going back and thinking, okay, I've got to put this whole thing together and make it like a piece of wood.
Right.
So that's kind of where the idea and everything was born.
All right. Now, okay, I've got a whole bunch of different stuff here as well. Uh-huh. Okay. I unboxed it from the bottom, but that is fine. So, we're going to talk about this in a second. It's here, but I have to say, it doesn't sound good.
No, that doesn't sound good.
It doesn't. Do you hear that? It sounds like
Yeah, I hear that.
it got smashed.
That doesn't sound like it survived very well.
It didn't, did it? Oh, let's see. No.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Well, it's coming from overseas, so they're bound to. Oh.
Do you know what?
Huh?
That's too bad, because out of all of them that got sent out, they all made it in one piece except for this one that you were unboxing.
Yeah. Let's see. But you really packed it up really well. I've got difficult getting to it, and I want to see. But it's what is it? Let me see. Yeah, it got sent through normal. I mean, the normal German post office is doing that, and no. Well, tell you what, I'm not gonna. I'm not.
I'll tell you what. I will fix you up. I'll get in contact with my buddy here, and I'll get him to do you up another one, and I'll send it out to you.
Yeah. Well, let me get to this first and see if I can how big the damage really is. I didn't really know it was ceramics, and I can really understand if that gets hit and everything. So that didn't go as planned.
No,
but
not at all.
but they but the idea behind it is awesome. So that's really cool, and the stands do look awesome. And
Well,
yeah,
you know what?
as you
Andres,
said,
here's
all of them made it safe, and I've never heard any reports from anybody reporting anything about broken tikis. So this is certainly due to German post office people.
I'll get you another one though. I'll get you another one, dude. And then when you start season 2, then you can have a full one in all one piece.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Well, actually, in like the show before that, I actually had 2 boxes that I unboxed that also had some difficulties getting to me. One was actually from G Squared, and I never got really any notice that the package had arrived, so they just sent it back to Jake. And we were like, where's the package? And should I send you another one? And I'm like, well, no, let's wait because it's Christmas time and it takes a lot of time. And that was last year. And then, like, I think in January, he contacted me, says, hey, dude, guess what I got? And it was my package. So he had to resend it. And the other one, that was even funnier. That was the one from Yoyo Z. It wasn't delivered to me, and I got an email, I think, because I should contact them. No, I actually went through the tracking, and I saw that there was a problem. So I contacted them and had it re-delivered to me, and it got to me fine. But there was a sticker on it that said that the package couldn't be delivered because the house got demolished. That's what it said. And I'm like, hey, I said to my girlfriend, guess what? Our house got demolished. The very one that we live in. It says right here on the sticker. So it's really weird. All right, but cool. Special edition Yoyo nonetheless of the Apex with all the tiki symbols. Is it lasered on here?
Yeah, we do very, very little lasering. So just for the special projects, we'll get some lasering done on those guys.
All right. Awesome. And special packaging as well. The triangle boxes that you have and the bag. And that actually gets me to another thing, because you are not only selling yo-yos, but you're also selling a whole bunch of accessories as well. Everything.
Yeah. Right? So we figured, we're not busy enough with yo-yos. We'll try to make a bunch of other stuff too.
Cool. I have the Gorillas Lubricus here.
Yep.
Which is your lube, right?
Yep, that's our bearing conditioner, yeah.
Bearing conditioner, right. Okay, yeah, right, exactly.
Yep.
That's what it was called. And then I've got the buff.
Yep.
Which
that'll keep so you can put that on any of your metal yo-yos to make sure that they have the maximum grind, and it makes all the colors pop the best.
Yeah, exactly. And you also have posted videos on YouTube like a couple of months ago, I think, describing how to actually apply that buff on your yo-yos to make it all shiny and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. For all our products, there's all explanations on our YouTube page.
Right. There, keep in refrigerator, it says here, and underneath it says monkey snot. Now, before I put that in my fridge, I actually will have to do some explaining to my girlfriend. Otherwise, she will come and open the fridge in the morning and say, "There's snot in the fridge. Why is there snot in the fridge? What is that stuff?"
So that's our response system. That's our silicone response system. So our flowable silicone.
Okay.
So it comes in 10 different colors, 8 different colors.
Okay.
And it comes with a little tiny syringe, so it's really simple to use, really simple to apply, and it's really sticky. So we think it's the best stuff out there. So, but I'm a little biased.
Obviously. But I believe you. I actually had some of the, or I had 2 samples, free samples in my top 10 bag, which is the next item on the list.
Our top 3 bag, yeah.
Top 3, sorry, yeah, top 3.
Yeah. So that's a bag design we came up with because, I would go to all these yo-yo meetings with the guys local to Calgary, and everybody would bring out these big, elaborate cases with 20 and 30 yo-yos in them, and I thought, you can't carry that everywhere with your bag or your briefcase or your school bag or backpack. So we came up with this idea. So the idea behind it is this guy will attach to anything else that you're already carrying, including just your belt.
Right. Exactly. I noticed that, I have a messenger bag, and I noticed that I can easily put this on the top handle. There are these big 2 metal loops thingies.
Yeah, D-rings.
Yeah, right, D-rings, and I can strap it to the top of my messenger bag because it has some side opening things, closing mechanisms, and it just fits right in there. So that's really cool. And they also have a little handle here, so it's really versatile. This one is one of the earlier versions actually, because this one has the inside pockets. There are inside pockets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside pockets, and they point towards the inside, so to speak. Now if I put in here the monkey snot syringe as it was, when I bought it. It does fit and everything, but I noticed that in the current versions that the pockets are actually facing like towards each other, right? They got turned around?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we turned them a little bit because we found that things were just sliding around a little more than we want them to, kind of thing. So it kind of limits them if they're facing the other direction.
Right. Yeah, but they come in colorful inside colors, and the outside is leather. And then I have the monkey string hybrid yo-yo string that I have here.
Yeah. So that stuff was born from idea that, I don't know how everybody else is, but if I'm using 100% poly, I get a couple of hours out of the stuff and it's done.
Yeah.
So I started messing around with different formulas of threads and stuff, and we came up with this formula just because there's a real short break-in time with it, but then it literally lasts about 10 times longer than your other string. And it feels the same as 100% poly. It's maybe a touch heavier, really, really good for slacks and stuff like that. But, we've had really good luck with it.
All right, cool. Also in this top 3 bag, I had a sample of Crazy Clown. And I remember that was this string thing where you had different weights or something?
So
or different thicknesses?
That's right. So different weights and thicknesses to go to your play style. But you know what? Unfortunately, it didn't really take off too much. So then we kind of tossed that one out the window and then went with just the one style hybrid. But the idea behind it was if you're an advanced player, you'd get a thinner string. And if you were just learning, like remember way back when you very first started, you get a couple of binds in. It's pretty difficult, but it's a lot easier with a thicker, heavier string, you know, and then you kind of advance to the medium, and then you end up with the what we were calling the professional grade.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
I remember that when I got, I think, a test sample or something, or I got the tryout pack, so to speak, where you had a little instruction saying, here are the different sizes, and put them on and play with one yo-yo, and doing pretty much everything with each different kind, then switch out once it's done, switch out to another one, try it out, and even if it feels weird at first, go through that whole string again, kind of force yourself, get acquainted with that, because you might find that the thicker or thinner string will do things better or worse than other tricks. And it really sounded like an elaborate kind of thing to find out the perfect string for myself. So I can imagine that.
It's like when you go golfing, right? You go golfing and you ever been sized up for some golf clubs? The guy wheels over 22 different clubs, and then you just kind of swing them all, and then one just feels right. It was kind of the same idea behind that.
Okay. Huh. So maybe I should go golfing now. Oh, and last but certainly not least, I just saw that. My keys. Yes. And amongst my keys
the Rhino tool.
The Rhino tool. Close up. I think I have to get the super close up cam for that. Huh? Yeah.
We haven't made the Rhino tool for a long time because they're just so labor intensive, and it's just me. We kind of had to thin things down. I can't do everything, you know what I mean? But I've had so many requests for that thing. I might just do another batch of 100 or a couple hundred of them and send them out into the world again, because people really do like that thing.
All right. If you do that, one improvement suggestion that if I may make that.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
I noticed that it is sometimes, especially when you have it on a keyring like I do, what's it called, the level or leverage, or it's kind of difficult because I have the keys here in my hand, and then so if you could actually add like a neck or something to make the
Make it a little
thing
bit
a little bit longer, yeah, then I think it would be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, we can do that. And we're not talking a lot. Like even a quarter of an inch would make a big difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah, and then we haven't really talked about what the Rhino tool does. It can pick your knots, it can cut your
Yeah.
string, and it can
Yeah.
remove the bearing, and it can remove the axle,
Tighten
and
an axle. Yeah.
it opens your beer bottle.
That's the most important. Come on.
Yeah. And I've actually done that or tried that, but again, if the neck would have been there, it would have, the lift would have been easier.
Gotcha.
So yeah, if you make a
So-
version 2.0 on the Rhino tool, then you've got my blessing and support. And if you add a neck to that, I will definitely get it.
Okay, you know what? If I go that far, we're gonna bank some ideas back and forth for some improvements then before we get it.
All right. Yeah. People that know stereotypes about Germans probably know that we drink lots of beer, so one might think I would be a perfect test candidate for the beer opening part, but behold, I don't drink beer. Actually, I don't drink alcohol. Shocking as it might sound, I don't do that. I could, but I don't. So, but I can open some Cokes or Sprite or some other
There you go.
lemonades or
You gotta know somebody.
yeah. I can hand it over to my girlfriend.
Right on.
So
There you go. That sounds great.
it does. Ray, thank you very much. I think we've covered it pretty much all.
Yeah, listen, I'm absolutely shocked at the scope of everything you got over there and all the questions and stuff. You covered absolutely everything and anything. You did a great job, and I appreciate you having me on. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much from my side, because I'm really honored that you actually took this request that I gave you and asked you. I think back in August we talked about that, and that you said you were on board right away. So I appreciate that very much, and I actually love the stuff that you have and all the stuff that you offer. And it's really cool that you not only keep this anodizing mastery, let's be honest, to yourself, but you actually let other companies and even individuals have a go at that and be part of that. So that's really cool. It's really appreciated, and I really love it. And every time anybody says a Monkeyfinger co-op is coming up, or when you do announcements of your stuff, I already know that it's going to be tough on my bank account in a couple of weeks. So.
Well, thank you very much, and you know what? We'll definitely. I'll talk to my buddy, and we'll see if we can't get. I'll get that stand replaced for you.
Okay, cool.
Here, so you got something to talk about for season 2.
All right, awesome. Yeah, with that, I don't know if you have anything to add. Is anything on your mind?
No, just thanks very much. December 15th for the new Caesar release. And then, everything should be good to go.
All right, awesome. Cool. Right.
Awesome. Dude, thank you very much.
Thank you. And with that, what is it? What time is it now? Like 2 o'clock or something over there?
It is 3:20.
Okay, so I can say good day, goodbye.
There you go. Oh, before I go, I got to ask, what's the temperature over there?
The temperature is like around 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in
That's not bad. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, we had.
That's like midsummer over here.
Oh, is it? What temperature is
I
it
woke
now?
up this morning. It was minus 25 this morning with minus 40 Celsius the wind chill this morning when I was shoveling the walk.
Celsius?
Celsius, yeah. It was a little chilly. A little chilly this morning.
Well, but now it all makes sense why you are so good at this very complicated anodizing thing, because there's nothing outside that you can do except skiing, and that gets old, I guess, after a while.
It's pretty cold. It limits what we're doing, for sure.
How do you actually play yo-yo then? Because that is my big difficulty right now. Playing with an aluminum yo-yo during the winter is so bad because they get so cold so fast, and then you can't really handle that. How do you do that in minus 20 degrees?
A thin set of gloves. It's so cold. I can't see it doing it outside. Everybody's inside doing it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
All right, Ray, thanks again.
All right.
And
Awesome.
we'll keep in touch, and I will definitely make sure that I get my hands on one of those cool Caesars. Caesars coming in December 15th. All right.
Yeah, send me a note, and I'll make sure we hook you up.
Sure. All right, cool.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, man. You have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. And with that, let me see if I can get this off. Yeah. Okay, so that was Ray from Monkeyfinger Design. Just in case he wonders, I've muted him so people cannot hear him any longer. I will put this stuff away. Cool yo-yos, cool yo-yos. And before I go to the unboxing of the G-squared yo-yo that we talked about, so I will clean up the desk. Yes, it's unboxing time once again. And this time I have a yo-yo from G-squared again. Didn't I have one a couple of shows over? I don't know. But the special occasion on this one is, oh, when you open it here, of course, it's a collab yo-yo with Monkeyfinger Design, as we just heard in this video interview a couple of minutes ago. Huh. So what we've got in here, there's a cozy, I think it's what it's called, with stickers in it, and you have Jesse Christie, Brandon Hodges, and Jacob Gross. Yo-Yo Expert trading cards, and the box that comes a little bit apart. See, I need to glue that. Good thing I'm a carpenter, I can glue anything back together. See, that's how it goes. And Aftershock stuff, but what is really cool, of course, and what we're looking forward to is seeing this color. Wow. Look at that. It is, there's like a circular design, and what is it? Blue, purple, green, yellow. Wow. Oh, the ghosted G-squared. No, it's, what is that? It's a peace logo. Wow, it is. Haha. Interesting. Let's get in the cavalry in the form of the very close-up cam. So there we have it. And there's, I don't know if you can see that. Probably. It's a peace symbol ghosted in this very cool design of the Aftershock. Let me see if I can get a string here, and then I can do a quick spin of the yo-yo, because I want to see that in action. I'm not gonna throw it really, just give it a little spin. Wow. This is cool. Yeah, I'm not really good at stationary throws or spins, so but you get the picture. It's gonna be awesome when you play with that. So once again, a very cool example of what Monkeyfinger Design does when they collaborate with other companies. You get some really awesome yo-yos. In this case, we have the G2 Aftershock with the anodizing job, a fantastic job once again. I'm really glad I have it and that it is part of my collection. Yes, and I have the close-up as well. So yeah, really glad I have that. And it's called, oh yeah, Gobble Stopper Grasshopper or something like that. I don't know. It's just kind of weird name they come up with for a weird color. So that is very much justified indeed to come up with a name like that. They pretty much sold out quickly, like in a couple of minutes, and I was really glad. I think this was actually the last one. I'm really glad I got it. And they do that all the time. So check with Monkeyfinger Design's Facebook page, with G2's Facebook page, for example, because there's bound to be more collabs coming up in the future. And also, well, as said, make sure to check out Monkeyfinger Design's page especially, because they will definitely announce collabs with other companies there as well. Cool. Now, the topic that I had prepared for today, and which I still have prepared for today, the topic for today is actually displays. What do I mean with displays? It's very simple, and I show you a few examples from previous episodes, namely this Yo-Yo Jam yo-yo, and then I have a G2 stand. I think I had that on the, was it the pilot session? I think so. So basically I'm talking about ways of how to display yo-yos other than just, you know, putting it on the shelf or something. And I start off by showing you, let's say, commercial designs, so stuff that you can actually buy, and then later on I will show you some homemade designs as well. This one was actually in my top 10 list of boxes, which is the design from Yo-Yo Factory, and it's not only a box, but they put in holes here in the back so that you can screw this box to a wall and put it up on display there, which is really nice. Unfortunately, they don't put all their yo-yos in these boxes for cost reasons, obviously. Now, this one is a special edition yo-yo for the Star Wars range of yo-yos from Omega. Not only Darth Vader, but also General Grievous, Yoda, and I think a Clone Trooper are available. And then here is a more generic stand, actually from G2, which they've just made available a couple of weeks or a month or two ago, and I think they're now sold out, but so they're not a regular item on the shop yet, and only exclusively through the G2 store. But from like the basic idea, let's put it that way, it's similar to something that One Drop, for example, also had in store a couple of years ago. I only see the sold out items in the store, so I've never really gotten a chance to have one of those stands. And then I've got a special edition version from Yoyo board, which is a German company, and this is a board for just one Yoyo, and they go up to, I think, 8 in total for a big one. And if you've watched, well, of course you've watched all the trailers for all the previous Throwlicious live shows, and there in the background you see this board that I have, and there you can also see the other Yoyo boards that I have. So those are commercially available designs of different ways of displaying stuff, but also there are, of course, very creative people out there in the community that actually come out with their own design. And let me see, I don't have them here with me, of course, because they're other people's designs, but what I can show you are pictures. And with that, I will go over there. This is a beautiful watch, a wall-mounted clock, actually, which has room for lots of yoyos, as you can see here. That is from one of a German player that I know, that I've met, very talented young player. Going back to, there you have it. What's going on? So that's an awesome way of displaying yoyos. Another homemade design is coming from, something is wrong here with the with the touch. Why is it, what's going on here? Glad this is something is going on here. Up until now, everything was working fine, and I thought, oh cool, an episode without really big hiccups. Well, but now I have difficulties getting this up and running. Why should I not be able to do that? Oh wow, it just dies on me. The awesomeness of, there we go. I guess the awesomeness of the Monkeyfinger Design yoyos and pictures that I showed was just too much for this little tablet to bear, and that's why it was acting up. So, but now it should work. Another example of a very cool display of, or a very cool example of yoyo displays is this one. This is from Jason Wong. And what he did is basically take the concept of using foam and then putting yoyos inside the foam, what we usually do with cases, and actually turn that into a display. Pretty neat and pretty awesome. And put a really nice box around it and then foam, and then you get a very presentable way of displaying your yoyos. A similar approach is what Jeremy from King Yostar did, and he found tea boxes. Apparently, that's at least what he said on Facebook when he posted the picture, and fitted them in so that you can actually have storage for yoyos, and then mounted the things to the wall. Pretty neat as well. So there's some really cool ideas and designs out there, and I'm sure that only covers like not even half of what is really out there in terms of different designs and everything. So if you have something, if you've made up something yourself, feel free to post a comment or a link on YouTube and let us know what you've designed. It would be really interesting to see. Now I've got my own wall here, and I want to show you a little bit about it, and made a little video about it. So this is my wooden wall, and the top, the start was the part where I had the Yo boards, and here I have the standard design of putting wooden, what do you call that, sticks into the board, and just have the Yoyos presented that way. It's kind of similar to what Yo board does, except theirs are aluminum, they're metal, or yeah, it's a different material than what I use, because I used wood as said. But then down here I have something else, and that is a rack that I kind of came up with myself. It's an abacus. Is that what it's called? I don't know how to pronounce it in English, really, but it's this thing here. Let me pause the video here for a second again. It's this thing here. We all know that from our math lessons and at school. I was never really taught how to work that thing, actually, so I don't even know what I'm doing here. But it has these rails, and what you can actually do is take this thing apart, then get rid of all these little pearls, and then cut up the different sections, because there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 metal rails, if you want. And then if you cut each and every section here, like get 2 of them and then cut it up, you get 5 different pairs of rails. And then what I did then is just glue or mount them to the board, and that makes for a nice little stand, or way of displaying the Yoyos, and that will show up in the video in a second again if I go down with the camera. And there you have it. Okay, so there you have the 5 different sections, and there 5 to 6 Yoyos fit on each rail, depending on the width of the Yoyo, and it's really nice and easy and cool way, I think at least, to display Yoyos. And below that I have sort of the same concept, except with different materials. I'm not using metal rails, but these wooden parts are made for, I don't know what the English word for that is, but if you have like the floor ending stuff, and you can stick there the wood thing, I don't know. You get the picture. So that's what I did there. I did a little craftsmanship here, and that took me a little, or much longer to produce than the things on top, because they're pretty much pre-produced. And so there you get the whole design, all the Yoyos and all the displays, and mounted that to a wall. Okay, cool. And where do you get this, you might ask? Well, go to your favorite Swedish furniture outlet, the one with big yellow letters on blue backgrounds. At least in Germany you can find that, and if their product catalog is internationally the same, then you might find that in the kit section. Yeah, for a small fee, of course. The other side of this shelf that I have the board mounted to sports this little thing here, which is regular viewers of the show will recognize it. It's the picture that I got from John Higby, and again 2 wooden spikes or things that allow me to display the Higby Hilby collaboration Yoyo. It's really the most difficult part about getting something like that up is drilling holes really straight. So, but other than that, it's really easy to make. However, kids at home, as always, if you want to use power tools, make sure to check with an adult or any supervisor, anybody who knows how to operate those things. Don't make a mess of yourself, the equipment and everything else. Make sure to be safe because, as the German joke goes, what is that? That's the German carpenter ordering 5 beers for him and his buddies. Haha. Make sure to not cut off any vital organs and things when you do some work. But it's fun and it actually enhances your collection. So I can only recommend it to anybody to play around with that. And it doesn't really have to involve wood or anything. You can actually build stuff with cardboard and with any boxes that you have. And there's actually a thread or a part at the Yoyo Expert Forum, for example, that deals with displays and cases specifically. So go there and get some inspiration. And also look at different commercial solutions out there and make sure to, give them some thought, because a stand like that or, something like this or the cool Yoyo factory box are really awesome additions to anybody's collection and make presenting all those yo-yos and precious designs much easier. And that covers this little thing. And I will get this out of the way. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to say goodbye. For, what is it now, 3 months now, every other week, bi-weekly now, I've done the Throwlicious live show. It's been an experiment which had a lot of learning curve for me. And if you've seen previous shows, you saw that everything and anything can go wrong, and did go wrong, but also I'm really happy at how the whole thing turned out, and I'm happy for all the feedback that I got from you guys, and I'm especially grateful to all my interview partners that I had who actually went through all the trouble and talked to a guy that they never probably even heard about. I'm grateful for, as I said, all the viewers and anybody who put some interest into the show. When I started this, I wanted to make a season of 6 episodes so that I have a start and an ending. And so that is it. The 6th episode is now over, and with that, season 1 ends. Now, you might say, where there's a season 1, there's also a season 2, and well, let's see, because it's basically up to you. Let me know what you think of the show, what you like about season 1, what you didn't like about season 1, what you want to see in season 2, and what you don't want to see in season 2. And that will help me plan ahead, and well, let's see. As soon as something is up and season 2 is up and running, I will make sure to let everybody know about it in the different channels, forums, Facebook and everything. If you don't want to miss anything, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also like the Spin Central channel on Facebook. Follow the show on Twitter, and you can also ask on Ask.fm about Spin Central. So stay in contact, and let me know what you think of the show. And I guess with that, it's over and out from my side. Thank you very much. This is Andreas Nie signing off for the season final of Throwlicious Live. Bye bye.